Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis, and from the Pastania Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing well.
Well, how you doing, Aaron?
Yeah, not too bad.
Get all
We
your
just we went from it was like 65 on Sunday. We're
yeah.
still running like decent temperatures. Then all of a sudden it was boom,
Oh, you just hit
54
that
high,
low.
and it's like 10:30 in the morning. It's still 42 degrees. Like they
Mm,
turned the switch on us like that, man. So
for me, obviously I'm used to the temperatures ish, but I think for me the tough part is that whole getting up in the morning and it's dark out, and then
yeah,
at the end of the workday, it was like, where's the sun gone? Like
yeah.
it's 4 in the afternoon. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. Where's the sun gone? That's the part I think that's probably the thing I dislike the most
Yep.
about winter. If I think if I had 10 hours of sunlight, it would feel a little bit better.
Yep.
But yeah, it's hard pass. Bring on the spring. Bring on the
Yep.
spring.
Exactly. All right. So today we are talking about the Southern Draw Decennium. This cigar is a Corona Gorda 6x46. Comes out of the El Titan de Bronze factory in the United States. Wrapper's Brazilian Arapiraca. Binder is Dominican Criollo 98, and the filler is from Nicaragua. It is blended by Robert Holt. Price point is $14.99, and the cigar was released in August of 2024. So with all that out of the way, Seth, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
It was gosh, we'll get into that foot band later on. Began with some herbal qualities. It had some black pepper, there was some oak, soft finish on the tobacco. I just I'd classify it as like medium strength and body. Second, third showed a little bit more like leather with those herbal qualities and pepper. I was getting some oak and tobacco still, a little bit of mocha appeared. Um, Still kind of just smoking around that average level. And then in the final third, it just really went downhill. I was getting some, acidity with the cigar. It was a little bit drier as well. The pepper, leather, and oak were just not as pleasant. Had really good burn. It had a good burn. The draw was really good. Just that final third really crashed it for you. John?
Yeah, I thought the first third started out well. Multi tobacco, spices, earth, kind of a combination of creamy earth, tobacco finishing, which is nice. I don't know if you call this a signature, but kind of that pepper note, which I get on some Southern draws on the finish. And it started out kind of restrained maybe in the first couple puffs, but then it ramped up quick. So pepper kind of at medium minus, but it did calm down roughly 10 minutes into the first third to light plus. So that was kind of nice. It didn't have a long. Some cigars you get pepper all the way through the first third or even halfway through. So it was a short-lived thing. Creamy wood leading off as I continued, and then multi tobacco sweetness accenting with spices. It was nice. Medium, maybe just over medium intensity. Pretty balanced, especially by the halfway point. I thought all the flavors were in concert. I got chocolate at the end of the draw at the bottom half and some earthiness. So that was a nice start. Second, third kind of started with creamy, medium full earth, medium full wood, spices underneath that because the earth and the wood were so full flavored. That multi tobacconess was still kind of in there, and mostly detectable through the retrohale. You really couldn't get it on the main draw. So I think if you're not retrohaling this, it's gonna be tougher. In the bottom half, creamy sweet tobacco. So pleasant still, but certainly you can tell just by the number of flavor notes. For me, it kind of took a step back. And then last third, kind of creamy earth, medium plus. So a lot of strength carrying through on the cigar. Savory meatiness on the finish, and that was kind of it. That was the last third. Burn was excellent. Minor waviness at the most, but like quite excellent. But man, I had a tough draw on this. I almost had to throw an audible on this. What started out, I would almost describe this as plugged. So I was like, oh my God, like, am I going to have to be out on this review because Aaron's not going to be able to get another one to me anytime soon. But curiously, roughly call it 15 minutes into the first third, the draw just kind of opened. But it was still like very snug. So I don't know if that affected the flavor, but something to comment on. So all of that long rambling thing to say, flavor profile was above average. Aaron, walk us through yours.
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with spicy toasted oak and some earth. Spicy just transitioned to standalone black pepper, and the oak gained a dampness pretty quickly. Second third saw the black pepper mellow a fair amount, and then the final third saw the black pepper mellow some more, and the oak lost the dampness and had the toast level become very heavy. Um, just an average flavor profile throughout. Very oak driven, a lot of earth through the first half. Um, I also had construction issues. Cigar went out twice in the final third. I had a really tight draw as well. So not the best construction. So that may have caused some flavor issues with that. Not so much from the burn because it was kind of final third and it already had been average first two thirds, but that draw probably didn't help things at all. So not a very exciting cigar. Not something I'd see myself coming back to. We talked about an anniversary release that was good earlier tonight, but this is one of those things where it's just like the anniversary release is just not on par with core line, regular production type stuff. I don't understand why these things happen, but here we are. So yeah. All right, let's get into the scores. We're going to start at the top with John at 5.65. I gave it a 5.15. Seth gave it a 5.05. So, John, how'd that 5.65 match up for you?
You know, I'm of two minds. It matches up based on the experience, but if you ask me what the flavor profile was, I would say this was in the sixes, the low sixes, you know, like a 6.1. I might be inclined to smoke this again, but if I got the same tight draw, I'd be pretty unhappy.
Yeah,
So, I think the draw held it back, and I'm of the believer that if you have to work at a cigar, that takes away from the experience, right? There's no question that it's negatively impacting the experience, but take that away, I think it's okay. I think
yeah.
it would have been okay, but at the end of the day, that score matches up well. That was the experience I had.
My 5.15 matches up well. Average flavor profile throughout. Construction was just middling. Burn issues, draw issues, just didn't help it. But that doesn't. It's not. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I wasn't going to come back to this just based on the flavor profile. But like I said, like John said, if you smoke it again, you get a good draw. You have a different experience. Maybe it's a different discussion. But we'd have to maybe see. All right, Seth, 5.05.
Yeah, it's that final third really killed it for me. I think it's a great size. The burn and draw were good and so forth. I don't know if the blend really goes anywhere. I don't know. It's kind of I know it's a different factory, but it really just didn't smoke like some of the old Southern Draw stuff, and it
Yeah,
just was like, here we are.
yeah,
I think hard to top the Rosa Sharon. Rosa Sharon
yeah,
and the Jacob's Ladder, which are kind of opposite spectrum profiles,
yeah.
but both those cigars are. I mean, those are really good cigars,
Yeah.
and I think they held up. Like I think I smoked Southern or Rosa Sharon a few weeks ago, and I was like, man, this cigar still stands up. Still heads and tails above a lot of Connecticut's on the market. So, he's got lots of really good offerings. This one's just kind of middle of the road.
Yep, I would agree. All right. Wherever you catch this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts on iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Decennium.